Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. And what are we on? Day 21? Day 21. Oh my goodness. I've got my deco web has come undone. Day 21. Oh my goodness. So yesterday we made these and today we're going to use them. So we're going to be playing with acetate again because we're going to be making this little waterfall acetate piece. That's why I wanted the double-sided tabs. So let's create this, if I can remember how to do it. I'll see it because it's clear. But we've got one A4 piece of acetate plastic paper, and we're going to cut it at, let me do my measuring. We're going to cut it at 4 inches. So then we're going to end up with like probably a little strip. There's one. And then, oh, let's make sure we hold it down. There's 2. Keep the strip. And then we want, let's work out the width. So we want to cut it at 11.5. So if you've got like 8 something by 11.5, is that the American size paper? Like you don't need to do anything. So because it's already 11.5 and it's only a little snippet off the end of a piece of A4 anyway. So again, 11.5. Put that away. And then we're going to round the corners. So I've rounded the corners, and be careful if you're using your punch because it might dull it a little bit. Right, so we have the center bit like this. Can you see this? Let me get something. Oh, nearly lost our journal. Is that better? So we've got the center bit, and it's about, I reckon, an inch. Let me get my ruler. Yeah, it's an inch gap. So we want to work it. This was not easy to work out. So we want an inch gap in between all of them, but this end one's going to have a little bit more. So what I did, this was the easiest way I could do this. So I've lined my ruler up on my mat. If you've got an inch mat, in fact, do you know what? Wait a moment, because I have, and you might even be able to see it better. Right, so I've got my Heidi Swap one. So we're going to line it up, and then every second line is an inch. So let's line it up here. You're going to need your bone folder, and then we're going to fold it over to the inch line there, and then get the bone folder and press. Oh, don't let it move though. Don't let it slip and slide. There we go. Press down. Make sure it's still straight. There we go. Just like that. It might need a bit of trimming because, well, this is my sewing, my cutting skills. So just trim off the bit that's just a little bit too long. And then we want to get our second piece, which has a wider, can you see that? Has a wider gap. And this one, we've got this one here. So this is the inside. Oh, so we want to lay this second one down on our mat at the first mark. Get our piece here, mark this, lay this on top of that at the 1 inch mark. So the inside one is sitting at the 1 inch mark just there. You have to proper hold it down. And then you want to bring this round to as far as it will go. So just keep edging it and edging it. And then press down. And then we have our little waterfall. So now what I'm going to do is, if you do it out of paper, you can stitch it. But I'm going to get Reach, if I can find him, and I'm gonna staple. Here he is. Just because I think that would be easier. So I'm just gonna flatten out, make sure it's straight. Make sure it's all level. Because it is acetate, so it does like to slide. And then got a staple in there. And then this one should be a lot easier. And then just fold it over, burnish it down again. And then we have a cool little waterfall. Now, to cover up those staples, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of Tim Holtz's washi tape because it's nice and thick. You can use absolutely any washi tape you like. So I'm just, again, going to line it up with the mat, and then I'm going to, this is the centimetre side of my mat, so I'm just going to put and hope that it's the same on both sides, which I'm not too sure it is. I think it's going to be, yeah, let's just adjust that. So let's make it, let's get another bit. Oh dear. Right, so I'm just going to go over the line so that it's longer at the front than it is at the back, and then I'm just going to fold it over. You can still see it. Right, so I've just adjusted it. That'll do, that'll do. Oh. And then just sand off what you don't want. Give it a little grunge, and then that hides. You can also do a piece of paper as well, like a bit of cardstock. If you want, you can make it an inch thick and then just fold it over. I'm just gonna run along the top there. There we go. And then we're going to decorate it. And this bit of decorating is going to be so simple. So simple. So I've got some paper packs that I got with my Paper Chase order. So I've got Simple Stories, and this is Vintage Scary Stories. And I've got Cartabella Halloween double-sided. Now, if you can get double-sided, you don't have to have a double-sided, but if you can, then yeah, because it just makes life easier, because obviously they're see-through. So I think we'll use that one. Look at him, he's a little bit cute. Oh, look, yes, we used the big page on this for the matchbook, didn't we? And it's got the Headless Horseman on the back. Some cool tags there. Don't want to use that one. Oh, that one's cool. It's a shame it's got tags on the back. And then we're back to the beginning. So let's see if we can find a matching one in here. Trouble is they're very cartoony. Nope, I don't want any of those ones. So we're going to have to see if we can find one in here. Might even have to be the ghosts. It might have to be this one. We can always grunge it up. So let's put this away. And now what we want is we want to work out how big we want the pieces of paper. So if I can find my ruler, where's it gone? Here it is. Right, so this one measures 4 inches and 2 lines by obviously 4 inches. So if we do 3.5 by 3.5, that should be okay. So hold on, it's a bit longer, isn't it? So I'm going to go up. Right, so I'm going to do 3.5 height. And then the length, I'm just going to go a little bit over, like 3 3/4 maybe. And then we can always test it and see if it fits. I know it's really hard to see because it's... Whoop! Because it's acetate. And then let me get my punch, because we want it to all match. And then I think that's perfect. And then on the back you've got that. But what I might do is, oh, do you know what? It doesn't even have to be, ignore me. Ignore me. It doesn't have to be double-sided, because I want to hide the glue. So I'm just going to stick one exactly the same on the back. There we go. Exactly the same on the back, so it really doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. Mind you, then it's going to be upside, the writing's going to be upside down. We could have it different on the back. Yeah, let's have it different on the back. Right, so I'm going to grunge. I've got my vintage photo and my dauber, and I'm just going to go over. And like I said, this is a real quick project, because we don't need any real decorating, because we've done the tabs. We did the tabs yesterday and they're the decoration. So apart from putting on like a couple of worded pieces of ephemera, that's really about it. Like maybe even some stickers out the sticker book, and I'm pretty sure I've got some rub-ons somewhere. Right, so let's put this down. And you could use tape. If you wanted to. Right, so let's put this down. Like so. It looks so cool. Right, now let's put this one down. I mean, you don't have to, because you can see this look. But you can also the glue will dry clear, but just to make it look a little bit more professional, or like if you want to put a photo on it, or do some journaling on it. See, it just looks a little bit better. Right, so now the second one measures, obviously 4 by height, and it is 5 1/4. So again, if we cut it at, where's my other trim? Our aim is to go for 1/4 inch all the way round. So this one we want to cut at 4 3/4 by just over a little bit. Let me just measure this. So we've got this at 3 1/2. So let's cut this at 3 1/2 for the height, because we want all the heights to be the same. So let's cut 2, so we've got them exactly the same. And then, oh, what one shall I have? I think I might have the Headless Horseman. I think I'm going to have the bats and the Headless Horseman first. Right, let's get a, so we know which way they're going. Do that one. And then let's measure the third pocket. And this one measures 6 1/2. So 6 1/2. We haven't got 6 1/2 on here. Hold on. So I've cut and grunged all my pieces. Check me out halfway through the month getting all organised. So the second piece is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. Then the third page is 5 3/4 by 3.5. And then the last page is 6 3/4 by 3.5. So they're all 3.5 in height. And now let's stick them down. I think I'm going to use my other Belly Arts glue because it's got a bigger nozzle. That's easier. And you do not have to do this on acetate if you don't want to. So I'm just lining it up. It's a little bit bigger, but that's fine by me. Like that. And then look at that. So cool. It's so cool. Right, so like that. And then let's get this piece. And lay this over the top. Yeah, you can definitely just do this with cardstock. I mean, come on, look at that. Doesn't that just look so cool? Right, let's get this bit down now. And this definitely doesn't have to be Halloween themed. You can make these any theme you like. Right, so again, I'm just gonna make sure this is straight, and I'm just gonna line it up with the underneath so that it all matches. And it's cut to, because it's got a 1/4 inch all the way around it, it does go underneath the washi tape. So yeah, it fits kind of perfect. I'm kind of impressed with my measurements. But I tested this last night and oh my goodness. Fold that over. Line that up and put that on top. Oh my goodness. Look at that. And then we've got a piece of scrap coffee dyed paper for the journaling. And again, lift it up and line it up with the one above. Oh, this one does look like it's a bit bigger, which is absolutely fine because this is the journaling spot. So yeah, it is a little bit bigger, but that's fine. I'm just gonna try and slide it up a bit. Yep, that's fine. And then on the back, I've just got a plain piece of scrap cardstock that I had from another project. So then let's just turn that over. Lay that on there. Oh, this is cut a little bit smaller, but That's fine. And then we've got, look at that. Isn't that just so cool? I think I am going to be making loads of these. Isn't that just so cool? An acetate waterfall. I love it. And there's my prototype, so I've got 2 to play with, which is just even better. Oh, I love it. I could just make loads of them. Right, so now let's get our tabs. Let's get all the ones we put clusters on. I mean, you don't have to. You can keep the ones, you can put plain ones on if you want. Yeah, you could put plain ones on. So first off on here, we want to start with one of the smaller ones. So I just put a little bit of glue on them to so I could take the picture. All right, let's put that on there because they kept popping up. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Toni, you said you wanted them double-sided. I'm going to show you in a minute why I wanted them double-sided. Because I did, if you remember, I did say you don't have to have them double-sided if you don't want to. But, yeah, I just wanted to show you this one with the photo mats on. So then we're going to put that one there. Oh, we've got some seepage. So I'm not going to use all of the clusters. That one's too small. So we've got an orangey one here. So let's put this one on here like that. Down there. Doesn't that just look so cool? And then we want, so we've got 2 big ones here, and I think this one, look at that, perfect size. And we can put that one on there like that. We want to line this one up with the edge like that. There we go. And then look at that. Isn't that just so cool? Now, the reason why I wanted them double-sided. So, that's one way of doing it. Look at that. Oh, I just love it. Now, I'm going to show you another way. So, all of the scraps that we had, this I might just... where's my little scoreboard? And this is This is in between 1.5 inches and 1.75 inches. So if I score it at 1/2 inch, like that, and then we can put this, we can put a piece of paper over the edge like that. I think though that front bit's too thick for me, I'm not going to lie, so I'm going to trim it down just by like I don't know, just under 1/4 inch. And then I want to round off the corners. And then we've got that. We've got a little book plate piece of cardboard round it. So that's an option for you. So let's put this down. I think I'm going to use tape on this because, for the simple reason that it is an opening and a closure. So there's going to be movement. Take the backing off. And then let's just this is gonna be tricky. Line that up there and then fold it over like that. There we go. And it doesn't look too bad. I'm just gonna sand the crease. Yeah, it doesn't actually look too bad on the inside, to be honest. Right now, so on this one, we're not going to put anything on the front except a little piece of ephemera, like a word or something. So we're going to put, come on, I'm going to put a tab on here. And this is why I wanted to be able to see the back of the tabs. And again, I want an orange one, so let me just work out my composition, because I definitely want my goodness, I'm destroying it. stick that back down. Right, so this one I definitely want on the top here, because that's just so cool. So let's put that down. And then we can work out where we want to put our others. I need a little bit more glue on there. That's it. Line it up. Put it down. Look at that! Oh, just so cool. And now we want this one, or do we want this one over here? And maybe have this one here. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. So let's put this one. Just here. See, look at it underneath. It's so cool. And then this one. Can be over this side. Take that bit of glue off. Oh, straighten him up. Luckily enough, because it's acetate, it will wipe. So just wipe off, or don't put on so much glue as I do. And then look at that. Isn't that so cool? Which one is that bit on? It's just so cool. I love it. I do. I love it. And now we need something down here. I've got Simple Stories. Oh, it's got to be All Hallows Eve, hasn't it? Oh, look at these. Let's put this ticket on the bottom. Put that there. October 31st. Let's ink it up. Or distress it even. And then I'm just gonna... Oh, don't fall. And then we can put this just there. Look at that. And then you can just put your photos on it. Isn't that just so cool? Look at the two different ones that you can have. I love playing with acetate. It is so much fun. So much fun. Oh, I need to now go and have a play and see what else I can do with acetate. And if it doesn't stay shut, then just put a clip on top of it with a bit of cheesecloth off it. And you keep your little... You can stick it on. You can slide it in a book. You can do anything you like on it. I love them. I think they are so cute. Right, so just put a clip on it, keep it shut. What have we got? Let's see if we can. Try not to pull this too hard, otherwise it falls apart. But let's just trim this bit off. And then, yeah, look. I mean, I'm wondering if, yeah, even on the end there, that will keep it shut. Just sat on the end, like that. With a little dangle off the end. How cool is that? How cool is that? Oh, my videos are getting shorter and shorter. But so much fun. So much fun. I do think this needs, I'm sorry, it does. It needs some kind of washi tape or something on the, just on the top of it. Put a little gap. Should fold it round. There's my sander. There we go. Give it a little that looks better. That looks loads better. Just needed a little something on it. Oh, I do. I just love them. They're just so cool. And I'm wondering if, I'm going to say rub-ons, but I can't seem to find my Tim Holtz rub-ons. I don't know where they've gone, which is a bit annoying. But we have got some of his cello tape, which would look really cool. So we could put a piece like that. I kind of thought I'd put them all together and put them in with these, but I don't know where they've gone. So let's use get my stylus. Just add a little bit more interest. Oh, this one's come up. Let's scroll that back down. Yeah, just a little bit more interest. But I was thinking, if we can't find the rub-ons, let's use the stickers just to add a little something. Let's use the stickers. So, like, straight away, this one. Just gonna the hallowed spot, and I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna line it up with my mat, and then I'm just gonna put this across there like that. And then I want another one on this page in the shadow of the trees. And this one I'm going to put a little bit further up. I do want this little one, the silence. And this one, I think we'll put just up here, like that. I mean, look at that. Oh, it's just so cool. And then unfortunate ending on the last page. Because why not? And then where do we want to see? We can put this one down here. Like that. And then look at that. The silence in the shadow of the trees, the hallowed spot, an unfortunate ending. It's so cool! Aren't they just so cool? I just love them. I absolutely love them. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm going to make some and put them in my shop. Put them in my Etsy because they're so cool. They're so cool to decorate. I love them. I love them so much. Ah. So you can have the one with the photo mats on if you want, or you can have the one that hasn't. Let's put a, see? And then the clip just keeps them shut. So then you can put a little photo here. You can put a little photo here. Another photo here. And then another photo here. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, I love them. They're just the cutest thing. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I upload a video, because who knows when I'm going to be using acetate again. And don't forget to share your projects as well. All my socials are in the description box down below or at the end of the video. And I will see you all again tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye.